maybe I take it a little bit more literally and want to talk about the whole idea of a biennale and want to kind of share some experiences of different biennales in which we have participated, and maybe also say something about what a biennale can do. I think there are two kinds of biennale. Biennales that bring together what is of the moment, things that are based on kind of affinity and not necessarily with a very strong message. It's simply something that the German have the word Zeitgeist for, what is an expression of the moment. And then there are other kind of biennales that are very rigorous and that really have a message and that can can act as architectural propaganda. In 1980 there was a famous one in Venice. It was called The Presence of the Past, and there a single exhibition destroyed modernism and put postmodernism on the map in one go, and it was really spectacular because the power of an exhibition and the power of that kind of editing and the power of that kind of selection was extremely impressive to see. So biennales can be very, very strong, and in that sense they have a very important role in how architecture develops and how architecture communicates both with the public but also within itself. And I think that is the intriguing thing about biennales. Almost all biennales are dialogues of the artists or architects that participate and of the art that is presented in the public, not necessarily at the same time. So I think that we are here both in Shenzhen and in Hong Kong with a different kind of biennale. This is a biennale without that strong message. Maybe we have become nervous about very strong messages, so therefore it seems more a kind of group that has kind of mutual affinities and that is between the lines saying something about architecture rather than explicitly making a message. And I think what it is saying between the lines, and that is perhaps more evident in the Shenzhen Biennale than here. New cities through, what is it? Urban communities. What is very, very clear is that the Shenzhen Biennale is taking stock of the urbanism in China and trying to look for more sensitive alternatives. That is very, very clear. There is no longer an enthusiasm for the kind of development and for the explosion of development that China has presented in the last 10 years as a kind of distant, taking distance and looking at more intimate, maybe smaller scale, more participatory kind of models of work. So I think that in itself is another message. It is maybe inevitable. My only worry is that in that kind of soft message there is not enough kind of energy to really deal with what I think is maybe the most important task both for Shenzhen and for Hong Kong, which is to engage each other and to kind of really define what their future or imminent connection will be, and what role they are going to play in each other's life. And I think that is a kind of enormous latency. Everyone knows that it will be very important, but nobody is willing to kind of really assert it or say it or define it. So I feel that kind of vagueness which is also very, very much part of the West Kowloon cultural district. So, as you know, I'm kind of interviewing a number of participants in the Shenzhen Biennale tomorrow. I mean, I hope to be able to press them and really say overtly, what is going to happen. So I think that is what the Biennale can be used for too.